Fear is the most common emotion that drives our choices. Isn't that a shame? And you know what the most common feeling? Because here's what happens. We got stimuli that come into our brain. It goes into our emotional center in our limbic system. That's who gets it first. And it goes, all right, what are we doing with this? What are we doing with this? And then they release hormones into your bloodstream that make you feel things, positive or negative things. They make you feel surprised. They make you feel sad. They make you feel whatever it might be. See what I mean? Like this is how it happens. And then it goes to your prefrontal cortex where you have rational thought. But your emotions, they're like, nah, we got it first. Whatever this stimuli is, releases hormones and that becomes feelings. Look at this. Fear, right here. Anxiety. Anybody got some anxiety they deal with besides me? You got some anxiety you deal with? You know what's crazy? Anxiety is driven by the emotion of fear. 92% of things that we feel anxious about are things that will never happen. They will never happen. 8% of the things on average that someone feels anxious about will come to fruition. 8%, so 92% of the time it is a waste of our time to worry about. But we worry because we feel fear. How do you deal with fear? Well, let me tell you. Number one way is you stare it in the face. But that's scary. I didn't say it wasn't. But you stare fear in the face. Especially if someone asks you to give a presentation. You're like, I feel anxious because I'm going to be embarrassed. I'm not going to know my stuff. Someone's going to roast me because I was talking weird, or they're going to be staring at the way my hair is, and I feel all this anxiety. I'm not going to do a presentation. 99% of people would hate doing what I'm doing right now. But here's how you handle fear, is you go, what's up, fear? I'm looking right at you. And what happens is, fear starts to back away. It goes, whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is not how we usually operate. Usually I'm in charge. And you go, no, I'm in charge today. I know it sounds like, Mike, are you serious? I'm serious. This is not me. This is data that says when you actually face and address the fear and chase it and look at it and walk toward it and not cower from it, it actually diminishes. Isn't that cool? It actually works. I'm not just saying weird hippie stuff up here. 3 tips for wiser choices. You want to make better choices? You want to make wiser choices? 3 tips. Look at this. Earlier the better. You make choices between the time you get up and the time you're having lunch. You will make slower and more rational, good, wise choices. Did you know that? Did you know that already? Some of you probably did. After lunch, all the way till the time you go to bed, the later it gets, the less rational your choices become. You can decide things quicker, like, give me that ice cream cone, all right? So that's me. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not going, well, I probably shouldn't, you know, like I'm not thinking, I'm eating a box of Cheez-Its, not a handful, a box, unfortunately. Your rational thought is just out the window at that point. You're like, I don't know, who cares? Make important choices earlier in the day. That's one helpful tip for you. The next one, remove yourself, and play it forward. Okay, if I choose this, what's the worst that could happen for Bill? Not for me, but for Bill. Okay. What's the worst that could happen and what's the best that could happen? Play the movie forward with someone else in your spot. Make sense? These are not, I didn't invent these. These are things that work. These are things that psychotherapists have come up with. The last one, get quiet and breathe. Fear releases cortisol. Cortisol leads to anxiety. Anxiety, when you feel it, cortisol takes 36 hours to get out of your bloodstream. So you're like, why do I keep feeling anxiety? Because that thing happened yesterday. I know, because there's still cortisol in your bloodstream. Did you know that you can reduce, it's almost like a half-life. That cortisol leaves your bloodstream when you get quiet and you just breathe and you take a little walk and you're like, whew. You just chill out right now. Because I'm about to say something to Sally because Sally just got on my last nerve. And and I'm about to, let me take a little walk. All you do is just walk down the hall and walk back, and while you're walking, all you're doing is focusing on the most primitive, important thing you can do, which is just breathe. It works. It lowers your cortisol level. Isn't this cool?